Right after I joined, I was moving around the camera to see if the lighting would change and make me look better, but it's just too bright in here.
Where are you that it's so bright?
I'm at Uptown Espresso in Westlake Avenue in Seattle. I was actually going to meet a friend here, but I went to the wrong coffee shop. So, yeah. I guess there's another one like 5 minutes from here, so I'll be going to that afterwards.
Well, how are you today?
I'm good. I actually had a plan of wearing pajamas during this video call, or like an ugly Christmas sweater just to like throw you off, but I'm not at home, so I couldn't do that. But how are you?
Well, you could have. I'm good. I have kind of a short day today. My son will be starting preschool next year, so my husband and I are doing a lot of preschool tours, and I had a big preschool tour this morning, so it's a short day. Those tours take a long time.
Yes, definitely.
Have you done that to kids that age?
I have a 6-year-old and a 5-year-old, and yes, anything school related takes a lot, and they're always asking for money too. Just send $1 for this and that and this and that.
Oh my goodness, it's a major commitment trying to like pick a school and anyway, but it's good, right? I love our children.
Right, they'll thank you later. Not really.
Yeah, I was like, I hope so.
Mom, remember that time when you spent all that time when I was 4? How old are your children?
I just have one, and he's
1?
4. I'll be 4 in December.
Cute. So,
yeah,
almost a birthday.
Very close in age.
Yeah. My daughter's 5, and my son is 6 years old. So, fun ages. 6 is good. They do everything for themselves. 4 is, they're still learning a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely still learning. I feel like if he's rested and he's fed well, he can be remarkably independent,
Right.
clear-headed. But like if any of those things are like a little bit off, like if he's a little bit hungry or a little tired, it's like you don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, over the time, they slowly learn how to express their feelings without screaming. I'm still learning that too, you know.
Many adults never ever get there. So yeah, we applaud them, right? We applaud our kids work on it.
Right.
What can I do for you? Tell me, so first of all, actually, thank you. Thank you for donating to Pioneers and Skirts. I think it's going to be a great movie.
Yes, I'm excited about it.
I think Ashley is really talented. And I can't wait to see all the stories of women and girls that they put together and really talk about it. So, thank you.
You're welcome. And this is from our organization called Pacific Northwest PHP Conference. It's actually PNWPHP.com. We're all not-for-profit, open source organization supporting the PHP community. And we have a Seattle PHP meetup in this area. So we have about 1,400 members. And it's amazing. I'm the organizer for the meetup of programmers. And I would love to see people from Moz come to the meetup. I know it's more SEO end of things, but I'm sure there's programmers or people that want to learn. It's for all levels.
Yeah, we do still have some hardcore websites.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we actually probably have 5 or 6 developers who program PHP. And actually, great people in the Moz office.
I have not.
We have a great event space.
I would love to. Mm-hmm. I'd love to come check it out. Do you guys have enough space for like a conference to be held there? Or is it more of a meetup? Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do, like the traditional?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hold the event every September for our conference, and for a meetup, we do it monthly.
If it's not dessert, it should be sweet. I mean, it could be dessert, but also...
Yeah, nothing yeah, the meetups do not cost. It's just supporting the local community.
And so, how did you make this?
I teach at a college, and I felt like my skills weren't as strong enough as it should be with the direction technology heads, which is an extremely fast rate. And I figured if I jump in a meetup and start, watching presentations, I'll learn quicker. And that was several years ago. And somehow I worked my way up, and now I run the group. So I'm very excited about that.
Great.
Thank you. Definitely. And we have a Christmas party tonight I'm very excited about at the Rock Bottom restaurant, if you've been there before.
We've been there. It's up the street from us. It's like across from the
Yes, yes. So my little gift that I got, I posted it on Twitter. It's like a little My Little Pony and a I'm awesome bag. I always make things as girly as possible, especially when there's more. Yeah. The guys like it though. They love it. They fight over the My Little Pony and Hello Kitty stuff. So. Mm-hmm. One thing I love about teaching is the people, inspiring and encouraging other people and watching people become successful. And I put a lot of time into that. And I'm highly involved in other organizations that are open source related as well. And I'm constantly mentoring people, students. I mean, even senior web developers, I'll mentor them. And it drives me crazy when someone doesn't have a job or they're looking for a job or they're in school or if someone's feeling lost and don't know what direction to take. I feel like I have it to work with them and help them find the light. Still having issues doing that for myself, but I can do it for everyone but myself. It's like a therapist with problems. Yeah. And I'm really excited about the books that you sent me because I've never been a book reader in the past. I've never knew what I like. I mean, I was trying to explore different types of books. Like, for example, 50 Shades of Grey. I just could not get into that book. You'd think everyone would get excited about it, but not me. But so. I have to throw that out. So I started reading leadership books just recently. That's from a friend who just started a startup company in Seattle, which is really cool. I think it's called Go Jewel. And he recommended a few books, and I read them so quick. I've never seen myself capable of ever doing that. So I got other book recommendations. So I'm reading one called Drive that I'm still, on the first few chapters of it, which is really good. Then I'm now reading another book at the beginning of it, first hour of it. So, and I can't stop now. Yes.
Because it's so the light.
My
Yes.
focus, so that by the time I come in, I feel like I'm making a slightly better version of myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good way to start the day. So by the end of the day, I'm more tired,
I agree with you on the Audible books because I do Audible books as well, way more than the Kindle because I can put more time into it. I mean, one night I did, a 7-hour book in one night. I mean, but when you're reading a book, you keep setting it down and doing things. You can still do things and listen to it while you book. But, yeah. Mm-hmm. So... In lots of ways. So one part of my goals that were very unintentional, it's just something that I became interested based on everything that I've been learning and doing in the past 4 years being an open source. I am very interested in executive related stuff, C-level jobs, and as you are in, and how what do I need to do besides reading and experience on my open source work? Like, what do I need to do to work my way towards that level without starting at the bottom of a corporate company and working my way up? That's going to take a lifetime, it seems.
Yeah, it's so different.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Their sleep cycles and everything which are
Mm-hmm.
I was talking with some therapists the other day. Oh, I think we had a substance abuse eating disorder event, and she's yeah.
I also travel around the world speaking at events, and recently I do keynote presentations as well, and I did one on leading an open source organization. So it's a big interest for me, and I love sharing the knowledge. Even if I don't implement everything that I teach, I love sharing knowledge. So.
She's sweet. People often
right.
Going by Brooke Jeffries, okay. I said, do you know Brooke Jeffries before? And I was like, Beasley? And like, oh yeah, I'm like,
that was one of my goals, leaving my web developer job back quite a while ago, and that didn't happen. I think I'm missing. See, I have the skills to lead, but I don't have the ideas that would be able to be taken in place. So I'm missing key personality traits to run a company on my own, just like that. I feel like it. Maybe it's somewhere there. Someone has to pull it out of me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know, that is nice. No, I feel like Bellevue is almost like the middle ground for the east side, or for like Benton, anything on 405 is like, you're like, oh, you love me. From over here, my God. Yeah. So, that's cool. Okay, good. I'm happy for you. Yeah, thank you. That's really exciting. But really, it was so exciting for someone to be like,
wow.
yeah. And I was like, okay, you're taking
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you, these are some of those slides I got. They're cool, but they're not as cool.
I think I have a fear of the startup life because of the process that's involved. It's not consistent when it comes to pay. You start your seed funding, and then your funding, and then what happens if that runs out and the business doesn't take off. That's a very scary thing for me. Right.
I was hanging out with a friend who she does not work with any disorder patients, but I was giving her she works now with like she's like, well, is this really scary that I an eating disorder thing? And I'm like, no, because I see stuff from online all the time, and I'm like, hey, this is a cool reference, or this is just a good article. Let's read it. So.
Right. I think my biggest thing is I put in a lot of volunteer hours in open source, and I'm doing a lot of that. So doing free work or nonprofit work, I feel like I've capped out on the time that I have available for that. So I'm looking for like a job replacement in somewhere where I would be able to implement all my skills that I have and do something bigger and greater.
But so if you want to come to it, then you get to meet all of our doctors, which is nice, and we get to meet you.
Mm-hmm. And still being able to pay the bills is the problem.
You could always invite them to that too. But one of the big things for our user not this meet them, and then for us to be able to help educate more jobs. Yeah, I feel like
right.
doctors speak well to doctors, where I feel like if I want to talk to a dietitian, they're just like, stories. Doctors are like, no, just facts, so. Yeah, I think that
right.
would be nice. But that's happening. I don't know if you're out there. I'm out there on Mondays right now. I've got other shit. Yeah. Summer. I think it'll probably pick up in summer. think that's when most album
Right. I was just there yesterday, checking out the venue space. It's a beautiful place. Lots of improvements in the works, and they have a lot of ideas going on. So it'll be much more amazing than it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You do
Yes.
because we're opening a second floor
Mhm.
res in June. And so we're gonna have the adults just on the 8th floor and the
Right.
adolescents be on the 2nd floor. And we're gonna take as young as 8 years old. I know, which is exciting, but it's also like so sad. I know.
Right. Lots of fun stuff to throw in the mix and find a new opportunity.
But I'm just prepping you
Mhm.
because you might get more.
I appreciate that. Thank you. So
That's good. But they'll come from a place where they're doing a lot of family
maybe
work.
that's a new area I should get more involved in. I did start going to the Seattle New Tech meetup for a while, then I kind of stopped doing that, but I was more there scouting for jobs for students than but it's like part of me, I can't go around there trying to find opportunities for me. I'm thinking too much for others that need more help than I do. So it's rough that I don't have self-control when it comes to that.
Um, like sometimes it'll be I just meet with the parent and then I bring the adolescent in, or
Mhm.
I might meet with the adolescent first and then bring the parent in. But it's been kind of like
Right.
encouraged not to just meet the adolescent because then it's kind of putting more reliance on the
Mhm.
and the adolescent rather than putting reliance on the adolescent and the parents. You know, as facilitators. So, but typically it'll be
Right.
the parents, like all of us together, and then maybe I just talk to the parents after.
Mhm.
But the goal is
Yes, definitely.
parent empowerment model.
But it's good to recognize weaknesses. I mean, I didn't recognize that for a long time.
Parents
So.
start knowing that they can feed their kids, like we've done it for how many years, and because then even when they serve their children, it's terrifying. They don't want to hurt them or make them feel uncomfortable or whatever. But it's like like no, these are the rules, and like how to talk about it, and but then eventually when the adolescent shows that they're teaching it, and
Right.
they can give more responsibility.
Oh, that's no problem. I'm imagining, joining a small startup or a medium-sized business and being that person to kind of help, work with all the people and have everyone work together and grow and be the person growing the business and taking current visions and, breaking that apart into multiple visions or working upon that to create a better vision. So there's just so much going on in here.
I don't even know how to start. Like,
Mhm.
yeah. So we have people in our treatment, and we have some moms like outpatient like this.
Mhm.
We would like to help you, but this isn't the place for you to get treatment also.
Right.
Yeah. That's what's coming up. I know.
I'm.
I'm not terrified, but
Did you start out working there normally, or did you come from another company?
how's that possible?
That's your background with Moz.
But it is the number one cost of us. Like clearly there's really
Mhm.
see it as I mean it's more like that. So yeah, I don't know. I know, so I mean, we'll need like a whole new team. Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy. We'll need like family characters, I feel like, yeah, not that many people, certain people are interested in
Yeah.
It is. And especially if that's all you do.
They're expensive too.
Yeah. Yeah. How many are you seeing now? Or do you know how many, like, how many weeks are you up to? Oh, that's nice. Is that real good? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. 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 I know.
And the,
But it's not all you do this for, right?
mhm.
Yeah. Don't do all you this for your focus over and down. I know. Well, I know. Yeah. So you're
Right.
up on Monday, and then what day are you on? Tuesday, Wednesday. Hey, that's nice. Yeah.
That's great experience for you, the woman of all trades there. That's great.
And then, have you been found like therapists around here? Yeah.
Right.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh. What company?
Mhm.
Are they all like?
I will. I definitely have to, believe in their vision and ideas before even wanting to be involved. That's where the passion and hard work comes in after seeing that. Mhm. Right.
Yeah. But so nice. Did you go with them in the office? Then you and what's your name? Paula. She shared. That's really nice. How's your mind?
Yeah, and I've found myself doing that so many times, asking people like, I want to meet with you and I want to learn about your project. I want you to show me as much as you can. Like I just get excited about it. I don't know what it is. Like something is driving that. It's a good thing to have, though. It's good. Can't hurt you in any way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's awesome. Cool. But so those are just therapists and not licensed.
Mhm. Yes. That's a big thing. So, yeah, I'll put more thought into that and observe myself outside the box.
I need to find a therapist.
Right. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing and keep networking and talking to new people, and that's kind of what I did. Right before this, I had a meeting with some potential clients for um, certain stuff, and it was amazing person to know. I mean, he has so many connections, and there's so much work to be done and things to do related in open source. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if he's going to see anyone from
Without drowning.
Yeah.
Startups, right? Mhm. Right. Thank you.
Is that on your website?
Mhm. And it's all about talking to the right people. I'm probably going to try to keep in touch with you, and yeah, and I know you like to mentor people as well, and as do I, but not at that level.
How did you?
Maybe eventually. Yes.
honestly redo it every year. No. Once it got
And I do feel like that's going to help a lot because there's so many women out there that's probably in the same position as me, and all it takes is reaching out to other people in the community who are willing to mentor and tell you like this is what you're missing, this is what you need to do. Like you have what it takes. Stop thinking about it and do it. No, I'd love for you to send it to me though.
Some people do, but it's hard to find
Yes.
people who insurance. And then kind of less likely to go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Do you do that? Well, the thing about your health is phenomenon, and they realize that you don't have most of us students and women use confidence for confidence.
Right.
So like there's just this assumption that if you're confident, she's so it's not even like gender, that part of that bias is gender. Sort of therapist in like Fremont area. Difference is that I had asked her and she had said like, no, but they just have to submit this. And
So,
but I'm not sure.
so funny thing is, I'm not a huge fan of comparing gender roles, but I have noticed with students that almost a majority of the girl students, they reach out and they tell me that they don't feel like they're good enough, or they don't feel like they're going to be hired, and what if, and what if, and what if. Whereas the guys are like, okay, here's my resume, I'm going to just jump in and see what happens. And I spend more time mentoring female students and telling them that they have what, and same with, non-students, like friends of mine that I'm, that I try to assist with.
What you're saying must be true. Probably just with what I'm not probably, but potentially with nutrition that they like. Sorry, I saw this guy moving in that building and it didn't look like he was moving. He's on the treadmill. He walked by. That was an illusion in my head. But so potentially with nutrition they do that. Like you can just get covered. I'm glad that you're doing that.
Yeah, and mentoring. And mentoring is a hard thing because you really have to kind of dig down and really understand who they are and why they're trying to go for what they are going for. And you have to truly believe that they are this amazing person that can do it. And once you get yourself to believe it, then you can convince them as well. So it's a lot of fun. It's a hobby, I think.
Yeah. We work with everyone.
Definitely. And I know we're running out of time, but I'd love to possibly meet up with you again if I can check out the venue. I'd love to do a walkthrough and see how awesome Moz is. Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had a single piece of Medicare and everything. What are the insurances on your Apple phone?
Yeah, I love that. Sounds good. All right, and I will look forward to getting a link from you, and I'll follow up with you later on. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
I think I had told you how in the future, maybe